This shutdown has led to a lot of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And AJ Owen is one of them. AJ is a father near Pittsburgh who wanted to help as people were losing their SNAP benefits. So he and his kids turned their front yard into a mini food pantry with just two hand coolers and a tote, as you saw right there, and that homemade sign. Well, news of his action spread like wildfire. And then one day, he discovered an anonymous envelope filled with thousands of dollars in cash in his mailbox.
I just looked in my mailbox. Are you kidding me? There's no name. It just says, "May God prosper and bless your food pantry." We're really not letting people go hungry, man.
Oh my gosh. So once that post took off on TikTok, the message has turned into a constant supply of donations from friends and neighbors, local law enforcement agencies, businesses, and even a lineman from the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we're lucky enough to have AJ Owen with us right now. I mean, that was so heartfelt and beautiful and so in the moment, AJ. I mean, what you're doing is so extraordinary. Congrats and good for you for wanting to help out your neighbors and helping your neighbors like you did. So then what happened with that money? Once you received it and we saw your reaction, what was your instinct, to do with that money? And what did it mean to you?
Truly, I couldn't comprehend what was happening in that moment. And I'm so grateful that so many of our neighbors, businesses, people in Pittsburgh have shown up that I've spent a chunk of that money and recouped it all immediately. So I still have that original amount that I started with, and the generous outpouring has just been unbelievable.
So, AJ, what was that moment where kind of the light bulb went off where you were like, you know what? I realize, people are, in situations worse than mine, and I want to help. And let me pull out those couple of coolers I have in the garage or wherever they were in your house. Let me fill them up with me and my kids, with the stuff that we have. I mean, when was that light bulb? I mean, how did this whole thing come together?
Yeah, it was Sunday, October 26th, with just days looming on impending cuts. I try to keep my boys, they're 7 and 9 years old, up to date on what's happening in the country in terms that they can understand. And what mattered to them was that people weren't going to get food. So we took what we had, like you said, the tote, we scribbled out Christmas lights on it. We went out and got food, and we started helping people.
And did you notice anything peculiar about the pattern? I mean, I did read, that I guess a lot of people were coming at night. They didn't necessarily want to be seen, reaching into the cooler. But talk to me about the habits that you noticed when you would see that, the bins needed refilling. What kinds of items did it seem that people wanted to grab most? I mean, talk to me about that experience and your observations.
Yeah, we've expanded greatly. We started with proteins and soups and chilies and things that would keep. And as we've grown, hygiene products are so important. Diapers, formulas, so expensive. We have a lot more people coming during the day now. They feel more comfortable. A lot of the times I'm out there, I always want to give everyone their privacy. A lot of them don't mind that I'm restocking, and we have a conversation. And I've heard every walk of life, from someone going through a divorce to a furloughed employee to a TSA agent not getting paid. You never know who's out there and is going to need a hand.
And then just looking at the expansion, I mean, you started with the two, tubs, the coolers, and now we're seeing a multitude of them. And it seems like you've got almost like an assembly line of people helping. I mean, talk to me about that effort, how it has expanded, how you've been able to keep up with clearly the demand that continues to grow.
Yeah, first of all, thank you to my boss, who has been so gracious with my time and understanding the need that is out here. But yeah, we have a new sign that someone hand painted and donated. The canopy we have now is donated by a local couple. Totes were donated. So all food, pet food, so much stuff has been donated by just people who have seen the story and want to help, and that's their way to do it.
Oh, I have so many questions for you still. I mean, A, did you ever find out who donated that money? Tell me about the Pittsburgh Steeler that came around. Maybe even tell me about some of the people and the stories that they've been willing to share who have come to benefit from, your generosity here. What are they telling you? And you can go in whatever order you want.
Sure. Yeah, it was Y.A. Black, who plays defense for the Steelers. His fiance had reached out and saw the story and just was so moved. And they went to Walmart and at least $300 or $400 worth of groceries. They came to my house. They were so humble, so generous. They helped me unpack things. Like if you would have told me 2 weeks ago that, hey, there's going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler in your living room, I would have laughed at you. But it's just been incredible to see just the need, one, which is we horrible, but just two, the want to help, the people I see on TikTok who have tagged me, who have shown photos, who have sent me messages and comments that they were felt inspired. You don't need to build a shed, you don't need to you just need a tote, and you're helping people. It's just been incredible to see the outpouring, quite literally from all over the world as well. It's just amazing.
That's so nice. How long do you think you can keep this up, AJ?
That's the magic question. Every day something new evolves. Today it was I needed to get special formula for somebody, and it was $40 a can. And thankfully we had gift cards dropped off. I was able to run to the store and get those with my kids this morning. So every day is new. As long as people need this, as long as people are willing to help, it's going to be out there.
I love that you said earlier that, your boys are 7 and 9. You try to keep them abreast of things that are going on. So what do you believe the lesson is that they're learning here? I mean, they're seeing you, as a whole family, you pitching in, but what do you think is perhaps even, really resonating with them or even transforming them? I know they're young, but this is a very big experience.
Yeah, this has grown larger than we could have obviously ever expected. And I was just talking with their mother about this yesterday. Their maturity in all of this has skyrocketed. They understand. We went for a walk and we're turning down to our street, and they saw, somebody might be picking things up. Let's wait so they can have their privacy. And just things they say as 7 and 9-year-olds. They see me stressed out. I'm like, Dad, maybe put the phone down for a little while, or just they put their arm around me and give me a hug. It's like, wow, I really did need that. If they weren't here, I wouldn't have done that. And just their emotional maturity has skyrocketed during all of this. And I truly couldn't be more proud as a father.
Wow. Well, you're a great dad, great leader, great neighbor. AJ Owen, so glad you could join us and share your story and really convey, all that you are doing, your community is doing. And, this is, I'm sure this is very contagious. A lot of folks are now starting to rethink, wait a minute, that cooler in my garage, my yard, what can I do? How can I help? You're a great inspiration. Thanks so much.
Thank you.